All right, guys, let's do this. This is Emmett again, the Alpha Builder. And guys, you can see here, we just did another pour. This is a massive pour, guys. I tell you what. It took about 63 yards of concrete. We have about maybe about 3,400 on one level, and maybe 1,000 up top of the main level garage. We still have a front porch we do, but guys, I'm gonna explain to you why you want to kind of sort of leave that off for right now. But this is what it looks like, guys. We got fiber in the concrete, guys. We actually had to come here and do we did this right here. This is for an elevator. So we got the little shaft for the elevator. And guys, I'm not gonna install the elevator, but I did according to the specs that that they needed me to do it at. So this is your elevator. And also we have I put the pump system. So this is the basement. This is for the basement. This all the drainage. So all the pipes that you see right here and over here, all the things that's gonna happen in the basement is gonna happen. It's gonna drain right here to this pump. Now this pump is like, when I looked at it, guys, it's actually 3 times bigger than because I was gonna get 2 pumps and do this side of the basement and then the other side of the basement. Have one pump over here and one pump over there. But now you gotta have, you're gonna have to end up with double the amount of pumps, which is double the amount of things that can go wrong. So, this is better for the homeowner to have this big pump. And then that way it's like triple the size. So you can, once they finish the basement, they can pump everything here and pump it out. And we can pump it over here, guys. But guys, I put fiber in this concrete. We poured on a really, really hot day, guys. It was really hot. I had to put a retarder in it to slow it down a little bit. And guys, here's the thing, man. Concrete will crack. So we just have to, there's a tolerance that we have for concrete cracks in the event that we have cracks. But we just have to make sure we meet the tolerance. And but most of the floors anyway in the basement are gonna be hidden. I'm really more concerned about the upstairs. I want that to kind of stay intact really good. But this right here, we're okay on this right here. This looks really good, guys. Like I said, this is a lot of house. So once again, we're gonna pump everything over here, right there. Guys, I got my little hole right there, guys. You can see, guys, these are things that you really, really want to focus on the front end, guys. You want to make sure you think about these things on the front end. And I know I don't have my microphone with me. I'm gonna have to enhance my editing so that you guys can hear a whole lot better. So this is what we got here. This is where everything's gonna, on the main level, everything's gonna drain right here. And these are things that me and the plumber and all of my guys, even my HVAC guys, I mean, I sent these things to these guys on the front end just to make sure we're all on the same page. Now, we're gonna do something a little bit different here because I was able to get a good deal. And this is coming, guys. I want you guys to see this truss. I'm gonna go tour a truss company with my lumber company, Brown Lumber. They're doing trusses now. And I think the trusses is the way. We're gonna go to the other job site and I'm gonna show you the trusses. Now, there are some good and bads on the truss. You gotta have some real savvy guys who understand how to frame when they're doing the trusses. So there's some good and bad on that thing right there. And so this is what you want it to look like, guys. This is what you want that slab to look like, man. And guys, you want to always take a whole lot of pictures. Take pictures upon pictures upon pictures upon pictures. And that way you got things just, and I'm not getting paid a dime for this right here, man. It's called Company Cam. That's a nice app that you can get. You can take unlimited pictures. You can organize them. You don't have to worry about it being saved on your iCloud or your phone and stuff like that. It's going to be uploaded on their cloud. And then you can and it's for historical data, man, just in case something goes wrong. You got pictures and stuff to back it up. These guys, I had to actually get these guys. These guys were actually putting my anchor bolts 4 inches on center, which is good. Not 4 inches, but 4 feet on center, which exceeds code because the code says 2 feet on center. And so we kind of spreaded them out. But guys, always when you have your anchor bolts, at some point in time, when the framers get in here and frame, you're gonna have to add more anchor bolts. So I left the rest of the anchor bolts over here because I know that we're gonna have a whole bunch of more anchor bolts, because you have to have an anchor bolt within 1 foot of a splice of the bottom plate or the seal plate. And you have to have them at least 1 foot on the corners, and where the doors are at, you got to have them there too. So, and sometime like where the doors are going to be at, these guys are not going to look at that. They just kind of put them 6 feet or 4 feet on center. And, I may have to get here and saw one of them out of the door, and then you got to put one on each side of the door within a foot of that door. So we got 3 doors down here. So, you just never know, but you got to hold on to those anchor bolts. So I just put them over there. All the things that I'm going to use, I'm going to put over there and kind of hide them. But this is what it looks like, guys. This right here actually turned out to be a really, really nice looking job. Looks kind of weird, man, because you got the fiber. I put fiber in the concrete to kind of hold everything together. Guys, another thing you want to make sure that you measure up your concrete. I got my little clipboard here. So I measure up and I compare my measurement with the guy that came in and did the labor. So I make sure I measure that, because at the end of the day, guys, you got to make sure these guys are charging correctly. You don't want these guys to come in here and just kind of, throw their number at you and you just accept it. I don't do that, guys. I check behind everybody. Anytime you do a job for me, man, I check behind. This is the main level garage, and this is going to work out really good. Now, we walk into the main level from the garage into the house right here. Now we will have a band joist that goes around. So this house is actually maybe 1 foot higher than what you're seeing right here to go into the house itself. So we may have 2 steps walking into here, walking into the house from the garage. Once again, guys, right at the garage entrance, you want to kind of slope it a little bit so that, any water that gets in here is going this way. And here's the thing, guys. I made sure that I had this right here. You see, we got about 2 inches all the way around, 2 to 3 inches all the way around, that you see have a little lip on this thing right here. 2 to, I don't know, maybe almost 3 inches all the way around, so that any kind of water that gets in this garage, I don't know, they may be outside washing the car and the water hose may shoot in here or something. But all that stuff is going to drain. It's going to go over here instead of going in the house. So you want to keep those things in mind as well, guys. You don't want to make it flush. I made sure that we didn't flush. And guys, we also did a lot of rebar in this thing right here on the main level, because I really want to cut down on the cracks on the main level. Cut down on that. Maybe no big cracks, I don't need any separation cracks, guys. But this right here, this is why we put so much rebar here. And not only that, you got a lot of, cars going to be riding in and out of here, man. And, you want this thing to be able to withstand that. So this is kind of what we got going on here, guys. We do have a front porch that we have to do. Now, here's another thing, guys. I kind of wait for that front porch. You want to wait to probably a good little bit, because we can always stoop up the front porch. We can come back and pour that. The reason you want to do that, guys, because what I want to do is I want to compact this ground as much as possible. Got trucks going to be pulling up here. We're going to compact all of this right here as much as possible before we start forming and put that front porch on here. That way it's kind of pushed down. We're also going to dial in on the walls itself on the existing house, so that it settles, everything kind of settles together. So these are little things, man, that I try to make sure we do. It's kind of, just from experience and years of construction, guys, these are things that I kind of learned from, other builders and builders who's kind of been doing this right here a while to kind of help me out. So this is what I do, guys. So this right here, man, this right here is a beautiful job. I love it. And like I said, guys, you got to make sure you calculate this stuff, man. Make sure these guys are charging you right, guys. You can't stay in business if your subcontractors turn in something that's not consistent with what I'm seeing out here. That's really, to be honest with you, that's actually stealing from you. Those guys are actually stealing from you, especially if they know it. If they know that their charges are what, because here's the thing right now, and here's another thing, guys. Pay your concrete guy by the square footage. Don't do it by the yards. Because you never know. Those guys can form it to increase the amount of yards that they're going to get. So you don't want to do that. You want to pay these guys by square footage, okay? And that way we can measure square footage. You can't change that. It is what it is on the ground. And so you got to be consistent with what I have. And I used to be a math teacher, by the way, guys, so you can't pull these numbers on me. All right, guys. Once again, guys, like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Channel's kind of growing a little bit, so I'm excited about that, guys. We just got to get. I think when I get close to, I don't know, man. Maybe I want to get to. I was trying to get to 5,000 before the summer's over with. I'm good little ways from it, guys. But so, guys, you get a chance. Hey, hit subscribe. But I'm just trying to help builders become better builders. And sometimes I might, I'm not right always. I'm always willing to grow. So that's the name of the game. Also, guys, software is another thing, guys. You got to get software. I have a software called Octane OS, man. I tell you what, man, it's changing the dynamics of how I do business now in a better way. So you guys like, share, subscribe, and this is the way.